In a quiet corner of the city, amidst the refined elegance of the Gilded Spoon Café, sat Ethan. His hands, usually dusted with the telltale grit of his auto restoration workshop, felt conspicuously clean as he nervously checked his phone. He was a skilled craftsman, a restorer of classic cars, here on a blind date. His sister's instruction had been clear: look for the woman in blue by the window. Scanning the room, Ethan spotted a table bathed in the afternoon light. A young woman sat there, indeed wearing a striking blue scarf, and next to her an empty wheelchair rested against the wall. A wave of uncertainty washed over him. He hadn't been prepared for this, but his sister had insisted this woman was kind and genuine. Taking a steadying breath, he walked over. "Excuse me?" he said, his voice a little rougher than he intended. "Are you Amelia?" The woman looked up. Her eyes were warm and a gentle smile played on her lips. "I'm Maya," she corrected softly, "and I'm afraid I'm not waiting for a blind date. I'm actually expecting my father. He's usually delayed." Ethan's cheeks flushed crimson. "I am so sorry. I saw the blue and the window table, and I just assumed—" Maya's laughter, light and melodic, interrupted him. "Please, don't apologize. This is quite amusing, actually. Since you're here, and my father, Mr. Alistair Finch, is always fashionably late, would you care to join me for a moment? It would be a shame to waste a good mix-up." Charmed by her easy grace, Ethan accepted and pulled up a chair. As they talked, the tension in the air melted away. Maya was a brilliant digital artist, creating stunning virtual worlds. She spoke with passion about code and color palettes, and Ethan found himself completely captivated. She spoke casually about the car accident 3 years prior that had left her reliant on a wheelchair, a fact she mentioned not as a tragedy, but simply as a part of her life's current circumstance. "My father," Maya explained, a hint of weariness in her voice, "thinks I'm fragile now. He tries to protect me and constantly attempts to set me up with men he deems suitable, men who might overlook my disability out of kindness or obligation, never men who might genuinely see me." Ethan felt a surge of indignation on her behalf. "Anyone who thinks your wheelchair defines you is an idiot who doesn't deserve your time," he stated simply. "I have known you for 10 minutes, and I can tell the chair is the least interesting thing about you." Maya blinked, a flicker of genuine surprise crossing her face. "No one has ever said that to me without sounding like they're trying too hard to be positive. Thank you, Ethan." Their easy conversation was interrupted by the arrival of a distinguished man in a bespoke suit. This was Mr. Alistair Finch, CEO of Finch Innovations. He greeted his daughter warmly, but his sharp gaze immediately fixed on Ethan. "And who might this be, Maya?" he asked, his tone smooth, yet layered with subtle judgment. Maya introduced Ethan and playfully explained the mix-up. Mr. Finch looked Ethan over, his expression subtly shifting. "And you, young man? What is your occupation?" "I own Torres Auto Restoration," Ethan replied, meeting the man's gaze steadily. "I've been building the business for 6 years." "How interesting," Mr. Finch replied, the words dripping with implied skepticism. He spoke briefly with Maya before turning back to Ethan. "Perhaps, if you would allow me, I'd like a brief, private chat, young man." Maya gave Ethan a worried look, but he offered her a reassuring smile and followed Mr. Finch to a secluded private dining area. There, amidst the crystal and velvet, Mr. Finch began his interrogation. He subtly highlighted the vast difference in their social standing and directly questioned Ethan's understanding of the commitment involved in a relationship with Maya, implying she needed a financial and physical caretaker. Ethan did not lose his temper or his composure. "Mr. Finch," he countered, his voice firm but respectful, "I see your daughter's strength, not her vulnerability. She is brilliant, capable, and independent. She doesn't need a caretaker. She needs a partner who respects her capability and stands beside her. You are wrong to treat her as if she is broken." Mr. Finch was momentarily taken aback by Ethan's conviction. He ended the talk abruptly, and they returned to the table. Ethan continued his conversation with Maya as if nothing had happened, cementing a silent bond between them against her father's disapproval. When the evening concluded, as Mr. Finch went to retrieve his car, Ethan turned to Maya. "I want to see you again, Maya," he said sincerely. "Not out of pity, not to take care of you, but because you are the most fascinating, intelligent person I've met in years. Would you be interested in that?" Maya's face lit up with a beautiful, genuine smile. "I would be very interested." Over the following months, their relationship flourished. Ethan learned about accessibility and the daily challenges Maya faced, focusing on being supportive without being overbearing. Maya, in turn, learned to trust that Ethan saw her entirely, the artist, the entrepreneur, the independent spirit, not the disability. Mr. Finch remained skeptical, convinced Ethan would eventually falter. The true turning point came when a major pipe burst flooded Ethan's workshop, threatening his entire business. Overwhelmed by the damage, Ethan was struggling to cope. Without being asked, Maya arrived, laptop in hand. From her wheelchair, she took command, using her digital skills to create an instant management system, coordinating the cleanup crews, and even drawing up a more efficient, accessible layout for the restored garage. Mr. Finch, who had stopped by to check on his daughter, watched in stunned amazement as Maya directed the complex operation with an authority and competence he had never truly allowed himself to see. Standing beside Mr. Finch, Ethan quietly said, "She's incredible, sir. I know you think I'm not good enough, and you might be right, but I love her, and I promise you, I will spend every day trying to be worthy of her." Mr. Finch was silent for a long moment, watching Maya confidently resolve an equipment logistics issue. "I've been treating her like she's broken since the accident," he admitted softly. "She was never broken," Ethan said gently. "She just moves through the world differently now. But she's the same capable, brilliant person she always was. You just have to be willing to see it." A year after sitting at the wrong table, Ethan proposed to Maya. He did it not in a grand restaurant, but in his now fully restored, impeccably clean garage, decorated with string lights and roses. He knelt down, bringing himself to her eye level, and said, "You taught me that the best things happen when plans go wrong. I sat at the wrong table and found the right person. I love you, Maya. Will you marry me?" Maya said yes. 6 months later, they were married. During his wedding toast, a tearful Mr. Finch thanked Ethan. He thanked him for reminding him that love sees the person, not the limitation, and for showing him his daughter's true strength, which transcended any physical boundary. The beautiful story of Ethan and Maya proved that sometimes the wrong table turns out to be exactly where you were meant to be all along, leading you to the person who sees and loves you completely.